Our food and drink distribution industry has a wide range of buyers. There are tens of thousands of food and beverage retail shops across the country. That means distribution companies don't rely on only a few buyers who could demand lower prices. However, we can segment buyers into large and small ones to show different scenarios. Supermarkets' purchasing volumes are so high they can demand much lower margins. The distributor has to decide if the significant increase in volume outweighs the reduction in profitability per unit. Once again, the brand plays a role. If pod is a hit product and I only use one distribution company, then the retail store buyer has no choice but to use that distributor. But the reality is, retailers stock many products, not just drinks, and that distributors can only demand a price that is competitive against their rivals. The overall percentage of the buyer's revenue that is associated with food and drink might be significant depending on the size and range of the retailer, but it's not likely significant enough to shift the balance of power towards the distributors. Can the buyer backwards integrate? Yes and no. If they are big enough, they can come to me directly to buy pallets of pod and use their logistics to get my product delivered, skipping the distribution companies altogether. But it isn't likely, again to the wide range of drinks and the end consumer demands. The option of forwards integration for the distribution industry is very unlikely. They are not going to become retailers. It's not their game. There isn't any intellectual property distributors hold that makes the buyer more vulnerable, and the concentration of buyers in the industry is low. When you are operating in an industry that requires trucks, trolleys, drivers and a warehouse, it is hard to have a strategic capability over your rivals. You compete on price. The power of buyers in the food and drinks distribution industry is high. To recap, when considering the force of buyer power, remember to consider how concentrated are buyers in the industry. Is it easy for buyers to switch between competitor products? Could the buyer backwards integrate and make the product or deliver the service themselves? Can the buyer use a different channel of distribution to get their products? How critical is the product to the buyer? How badly do they need it, and how many times will they need to purchase it? Answer these questions and you should be able to determine the buyer power in the industry you are analysing.